Hi guys, welcome back. We're continuing with the Bayonetta series. So on the last episode, I was just rambling about some random Pokemon theory ideas for the 7th gen while doing some puzzles. So I'm pretty sure on this episode we'll be fighting a very powerful opponent. I think. There we go. Uh, Now you can kind of see how the graphics are much more improved from the original. Is the polygon count is much higher. So here come the chickens, and we're about to barbecue. So finally, this is the first time they're actually. So these are archangels actually. A slightly stronger version of the regular angels. Because we were playing in hard mode, we actually saw these in the prologue, but now they're actually making an introduction. Alright guys, so finally now I'll be able to showcase my skills now that I don't have to like deal with the tutorial. Now, archangels are much harder to what's the word? Basically to trick into. Oh goodness! For some reason, the word's not coming to me. Basically, to stop them from continuing their assaults. Normally on most enemies, once you attack them, they eventually start to redo their battle animations. But archangels are much harder to flinch. There we go. Whew. So the combat is much more open world now. You're not limited to a small space. Although in certain areas the environment itself is much more difficult. Alright. Okay. So this is kind of the reason why I enjoy the guns. The guns are the only weapons with that particular. Whoa. The guns are really the only weapons that you can do like roundhouse attacks. Oh boy, another one's coming. This is a much stronger breed, although not really that much smarter. Second spheres, powers. They're extremely strong. A lot of defense, brute strength, and health power. Plus, you can't really hurt them in many cases. You have to like hit them specifically, either in the back or use the guns to hit certain areas. Plus, as you saw right there, he tried to grab me, so if he grabs me, he's gonna do massive damage to me. So you have to keep an eye out for him. So he's just a mess in general. He's like a version of Hulk. Pure boost strength is his niche. But you should be able to easily block his attacks. Although, as you saw right there, even though I did use Wish Time originally, I kind of got too close right when the animation stopped, so he could still grab me. So you should be careful about doing that. Now these enemies you have to defeat with climaxes, which is very sexual, but basically Bayonetta summons a particular demon to destroy the enemies. So this one is Gomorrah, I believe. And if you notice, they're actually summoned using her hair as a medium. So that Gomorrah was not technically here, it was just using Bayonetta's hair to be summoned technically. Now I can grab these weapons. Now the reason I don't tend to grab these enemy weapons after I defeat a boss is mostly because, as opposed to Bayonetta 2 where you can still use your regular weapons as well as the enemy's weapons, if you grab the enemy's weapons, you basically have to use that weapon before you can even use your own. So, I kind of prefer my own weapons, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. Why is he shining? No, I guess it's just reflection from the light. The area ahead is blocked off. It appears to be an effort to protect the deteriorated ruins. Isn't that ironic? They transformed an ancient temple into a train station and now suddenly they're trying to protect the ruins. I don't know. I think something's going on here. Like, see, there's even a fire hydrant. Ugh. There's usually a lot of secrets in here, like chests. Unfortunately, since I already grabbed the chests in previous playthroughs, I'm just kind of skipping over them. Okay. These guys are releasing a lot of purple butterflies, which recharge my magic gauge. Ooh, pure platinum. That's the highest rank you get in any stage. Alrighty. Another cutscene. And this time is gonna be a flashback. Bayonetta remembers this place.
What are you doing? Let's go.
I don't like sometimes how video games create like these extra characters. Like those Umbra witches are very they're not very unique. They both look the exact same. I don't like it when developers do that. Like, I wish they'd give them like some unique aspects. Now, for this boss, unless they get close to me, I can't hurt unless I just shoot them with bullets. So that's what I'm focusing on and use my abilities to hit them. Unfortunately, apparently my comrades weren't as strong as I am. I just got devoured. So, this is technically the past. Those Umbra witches are, and this giant angel had a fight in this very location years ago. And right during the witch hunts. So it's not like these characters suddenly appear. No, this is a memory that she's having. And apparently she was the only survivor, or at least she might be unless she gets killed in this scene. Alright, now they're close, so now I can finally smack them. Yeah, some of these bosses are like to play the waiting game, but you with the guns you can still attack them even from a distance, so it is what it is. Alright. So I'm using witch time in order to be able to attack them, but it takes a long time. If I was using another weapon, I might have an easier time. Alright, so I guess now this big angel right here is actually one of the, like, basically Paradiso has 4 very powerful angels, and that was one of them. It's like, I guess you could say like they're like the generals of Paradiso. Extremely powerful angels. But I guess that one was just a coward. He wasn't willing to fight Bayonetta in the past. This was a road only the chosen could travel during a religious pilgrimage to the temple. Before it was closed for preservation, it was once open to tourists. So apparently, with the destruction of the Umbra witches and Lumen sages, their holy areas are basically just tourist attractions these days. But apparently the government is involved now, so for whatever reason. And I have no idea where this guy came from, actually. For a second I thought it was the big guy that we fought, but I just remembered that Gomorrah defeated him. Oh boy. He's going to be smacking me through the wall, so jumping and evading is key to be able to defeat this guy as quickly as possible. How fast you defeat these enemies really depends on your own skill. Like, you could probably take like 5 minutes fighting this guy, or you can take as little as 30 seconds if you're pretty good at it. So every time he smacks me into the wall, he's actually causing me to lose balance. Alright, so I just do a quick jump. If I hadn't quickly pressed B, I would have been thrown off the edge. So it's not like you have all the time in the world. You have to move quickly. Now be careful if you have this ability, the ability to transform into a panther beforehand, because the game could potentially glitch and you could fall through the floor. But I decided to take a risk. Now you have to take this guy down as quickly as possible or he's going to break the walls. So witch time is crucial and doing as much damage as possible is important. He takes a lot of hits in his face, so that's actually very useful. Use witch time and try to do as much damage as possible before he breaks the entire pillar. The pillar will break if you take too long. No! No, no, no! Come on, come on, come on. Climax! She keeps saying different chants for different characters. So she's summoning Gamora again. She has different demons, but usually a particular angel, she will summon a particular demon to kill it. So as you can see, this game is very gory. It doesn't try to make the game any less bloody. So it's kind of why you got her like an M rating, but it's pretty good. And that's basically it for that chapter. I'm actually surprised I finished that chapter so quickly. Oh, I still have a few more minutes. Gold. I actually think I had a platinum award. Let's see. Yeah, I guess I managed to beat the second to last enemy a little bit faster. More combos. Unfortunately, whoa, I took much longer. Yeah, I mean, I probably should have like warmed up by playing normal mode on my own time and then played the hard mode and recorded that once I like got used to the gameplay, because as you can see, I'm taking almost twice as long just to finish a chapter, but it is what it is. I'm going to try to finish Angel Attack as fast as possible, so let's see how well I do. Now, if you don't headshot them, they basically... Oh, come on! It didn't count because he precipitated at the very last second. Now, if you do double headshots, you get extra points, but you cannot do like triple headshots at all. So, again, I'm always going to go with the Blue Witch Heart. It's my preference, to be honest. So I guess we're proceeding to Chapter 2. We escaped from Vigrid Station. Now we're going to Holy City of Vigrid. I'm looking at the map to get the idea of the names. Chapter 2, Vigrid, City of Deja Vu. So I'm assuming we're going to get more flashbacks because Bayonetta is in this area. So I'm actually just going to save. And I guess I'll save it to my own save file. As you can see, I played this game 32 hours before. So I was pretty hardcore, but I guess my skills have pretty much rusted over from lack of playing. So probably gonna end the episode real soon, but at least you can see some more cutscenes and maybe you can anticipate what might happen in the next episode. Bunch of angels, it looks like. No, never mind, it's a motorcycle. Is it just me or does she look like Madonna? Like a much younger version of Madonna. Much cooler, but so she looks like her. This is so unrealistic. And yet it's still fun to watch. This reminds me of Casey Jones from the TMNT series. The Vigilante, so... But I do kind of like this segment.
out to find some answers
So-
about your past, are we?
Apparently this lady knows a little
You've
bit
quite
about
a
who
familiar
Bayonetta
face.
is.
And using the
And
same
Bayonetta does
words.
remember her a little
But
bit,
you'll
but she
have to
does not
forgive
recall who she was or
Do we know
what
each
kind of
other?
significance they had towards each other.
Same
But
powers.
it's kind of clear that she must be
Don't make me
a very
laugh.
powerful foe. Maybe even
Dip in that lake has led to a big
Lumen
mess.
Sage or Umbra Witch. Although, as I said before, Lumen Sages
been
are
high and
exclusively
dry for
male.
20
There hasn't
years
been a
now.
female, so
The
it's
only rust
more
on
likely
me
that she's
is
a
from the lack of
Umbra Witch
any
as well.
real challenge. Perhaps you're up for the task.
So I guess Bayonetta is willing to fight this girl.
You've already
Although-
disappointed me.
Apparently, this chick feels that Bayonetta isn't up to par to her original skills. So. A lot of these segments look sexualized, but I feel like they're more realistic than anything else. Like in an actual fight, I don't think any one of them will be worried about whether or not their
This is a moment I've
privates
long
are
desired.
can be seen. So,
But you've forgotten your destiny
but I mean, it is what it is.
and wasted the past 20 years.
So apparently, Bayonetta woke up from her sleep 20 years ago,
Having trouble remembering things
and
of late.
and she must have been hunting angels this whole
Be so
time.
kind as to take it from the top. Two overseers, the eyes of the world. They are the power behind everything.
So the eyes of the world are basically two artifacts, and each of the clans have one of the eyes. And that's kind of how they kept balance. However, a confrontation must have occurred where basically the Lumen Sages felt the need to have both of the eyes, and Bayonetta herself is actually, now they're saying that she's of impure blood. What they mean by that is that
It would not be the first time we've faced
Umbra
each
Witches are not allowed to basically marry or have coitus with Lumen Sages. And Bayonetta is actually the offspring of a Umbra Witch mother and a Lumen Sage father. So she was raised by the Umbra Witches, but she's considered mostly an outcast. And the girl in red, John, is actually the daughter of the High Witch of the Umbra Nation, of the Umbra clan back then. So to become the new head of the Umbra Witches, she has to prove herself by fighting an Umbra Witch, and she actually chose in the past to fight Bayonetta, which isn't technically allowed because Bayonetta is of impure blood. So she wasn't even allowed to be in the ceremony. She had to look from a distance. But this is the fight from years ago. So I better get serious because she has a lot of health. And if I make one mistake, she's going to take almost half of mine. So as you can see, she also can summon demons. And hers are just as powerful as mine. She has similar moves, she can block, and she has high health. So she is a powerful foe. Alright. I'm using every trick in my arsenal, from blocks to evasion to even tactics to get any sort of edge against her. Because basically, if I let her start to attack me, she's gonna be able to combo me, and she has incredibly high attack, while I have like decent defense. So she also uses guns in the same style as Bayonetta. I'm not sure if all witches are meant to use firearms. Like, I mean, all Umbra witches up to now have been seen using firearms, but it's not really implied whether it's a necessary weapon or if it's just their preference. Oh boy, she's the less health she has, the more she's willing to be the more she starts to attack. So you have to be careful with her at the very end. Alright, so now we're both fighting each other. If we have to get this perfect, I believe. Yeah, see? I didn't get it perfectly, so she managed to attack me, but I still won. Although I took too much damage, so I didn't get a platinum award. Alright guys, and this is the last cutscene before I end the episode, so let's see what happens. Apparently, Bayonetta has remembered an ability. Now, this ability I did not actually use during the fight because I was more worried that she would just chase me down. So basically, I don't know if you can see it from here. There's a full moon, right? Now, Umbra Witches, when there's a full moon, they gain a power boost. And this ability basically allows them to be able to walk on walls as long as there's a full moon. So the moment that the full moon is blocked by anything like a cloud, I lose that ability. So as you can see, now I can walk on the walls perfectly, as well as just, you know, return to the ground. But yeah, that's basically it. Next episode we'll be seeing what happened to John, or where else we'll be going, and maybe, as the chapter implies, might be seeing some more flashbacks as to Bayonetta's past. So yeah, see you guys later.